Jaya Gaura Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. In the study of Srimad Bhagavatam, specifically 9.2, Pastime of Srila Ambarisa Maharaj. Today we shall begin with chapter 5. Durvasa Muni's life spread. In the previous chapter, entitled Maharaj, Ambarisa Maharaj offended by Durvasa Muni. Now, such is like endless can be understood so far what we have been trying to understand from Srila Ambarisa Maharaj's character, his personality, his pastime. And this is the real power of speech or the power of silence. Ambarish Maharaj not speaking, not retaliating, not replying back. That furiated or infuriated Durvasa Muni even more. Is it not? The sage Durvasa Muni out of the river with his disciples, his students. He came out and he got to know through his mystic power that the king has broken the fast. Something has happened. Need not be knowing the entire details, but just he got upset and he approached the king. And he approached the king, his face, Durvasa Muni's face showed up, as in his face was angry face. And also, not just that, so anger for Durvasa Muni, it did not just manifest in the mind. It projected in the face. Likewise for us, when we get angry, anger it projects for us also in the mind. And when we are not able to subdue or control it, that anger that projection appears in our face as well. That anger comes in our face as well. And the Durvasa Muni, it appeared on his face, manifested, projected on his face, but it did not just limit there. Then it came on his words as well. Hmm? They translated that anger from his face to his words. So that anger translated from his face to his words as well. Got transformed into words. He spoke angrily. And he did not leave it just there. He did not, he was so furious or so angry that from his matted hair he took out a demon. So he acted also, he did also into action, something to literally cause Ambarish Maharaj harm. He, he, he was angry, the sage was angry, not so much so that the king had broken the fast, say, but he was maybe more angry that the king is not getting angry about this, or king is not uh, getting agitated or reacted as I am. Why are you not speaking? Why are you not saying something? You have to react. Why are you not reacting? As I am overreacting or reacting, getting angry, I am boiling. You should also be boiling. So the sage got so furious. He, in life, there are two things, na? Doubt, and another is what? Benefit of doubt. Yeah. One is doubt, and another is benefit of doubt. The sage clearly doubted the king. And look at this. On one side, sage, saint, sage, brahmana, priest. hmm, He clearly doubted whom? The king. Generally, what is the understanding of king? King, some rich person, person with power, money. Uh, and surely, if he's a king, he must be angry. He must be pride, also having lots of pride. He must be exercising his control. But Ambarish Maharaj, such a saintly king, no touch, no touch of pride, hmm, no trace of anger, no trace of any adamancy. So, the two things, doubt and benefit of doubt. The sage clearly doubted the king. He doubted that this king, he said, in words, he said that you king, you are misusing your power. You are not, you should not be the king. Uh, you are a bad person. You are naughty, a bad person. So the sage said this in words to the king, harsh, uh, insulted the king. So he clearly doubted the king, and the king, he gave the sage the benefit of doubt. Mm. The king did not doubt the sage. King Ambarish did not doubt Durvasa Muni. He did not retaliate, he did not doubt. He gave him the benefit of doubt. Okay, the sage saint deserves the benefit of doubt. Many times in my head, I feel this Durvasa Muni and Ambarish Maharaj meeting of the unexpected. Hmm? Just imagine the king is there with his wife and other brahmanas chanting mantras, some kirtan going on, distributed prasadam, cows and charity, and they are about to honor the Ekadashi vow, break the fast. And what happens? Ta-da! Uh, the sage appears in the skin. Uh, So, meeting the unexpected. Now, services, any services we do is all sublime. And one thing is in for sure, no one will be spared in Krishna consciousness. The sooner we understand it, the clearer it is. None of us will be spared. in the sense we all are, say, heavily conditioned, na? We all are heavily eternally conditioned. If you don't mind me saying for you as well, say, all of us are. mm, of course, you are less, I'm more. Okay, but we all are heavily eternally conditioned. So, and Krishna consciousness is coming into pure conditioning. So there will be some turbulence, there will be some tests, there will be challenges and all. None of us will be spared. Don't think that, okay, actually in a way it will be an easy walk only. Attaining Krishna is will be an easy walk only. But just coming to that consciousness level, that coming to that sanity and all, coming to that, then there will be the pain. So, any services we are engaged in, one may think, okay, if one thinks like this, oh, I better join Brahmacharya ashram, better put on saffron robes, then life will be more relaxed. I don't have to go through the hassles of earning and other things, whatever it involves. Then need not necessarily be any easy ride. Of course, any ashram, they have their challenges, struggle. One may think, oh, I better go in Grahastha ashram. And I should be fine. I should be more better settled and all. I don't have to then like fully engaged in temple and services, and I have license for some sense gratification. No easy drives there. Huh? So we none of us will be spared in Krishna consciousness. Any services we are doing, sir, whichever way we are engaged. Now meeting the unexpected. Now many times what serving prasadam. Now, suppose there could be time limit also, say breakfast serving. And suppose the serving starts 8:30 a.m. Okay, so the servers they prepare, get the prasadam arranged, everything transferred and all before 8:30, and they start serving. And suppose, so just saying, suppose the deal could be okay, 8:30 prasadam hall should be all set up and you should be in a position that you can start serving 8:30 to devotees and guests whosoever come, and serve till 9, 8:30 till 9, and then you are okay to take prasadam. Now 8:30 till 9 we are serving, and what do we see? Okay, just as I'm about to leave, some another guest comes up, some other guest comes up, and just as I'm about to, some other guest comes up, and I cannot just tell to the guest, no, my time is up, my time is up. Huh? Many times serving prasadam like this, and we may notice Sunday feast we might be serving, and well, I was asked to serve for half an hour, but it's almost 1 hour, and I'm seeing with my own eyes and with my own hands, I'm giving out all samosas. There's none left. I'm giving out all of this. There's nothing left. So I wonder what thoughts rumble in our heads when we are on the other side of the table. You see? Suppose some devotee coming up to us, and now doubt and benefit of doubt. Na? Some devotee coming up to us, rice, one spoon, one more spoon. Now, do we doubt or do we give the devotee benefit of doubt? Hmm? When it comes to us, this is something to check, to test for ourselves. When it comes to us, our plate being served, our plate being filled, do we give ourselves all benefit of doubt? Yes, I actually deserve another puri. I can digest another puri. I should be taking another puri. I should be taking another rice. I should be taking another cake. I should be taking another uh, cup of curd. Yeah, another fat flapjack. So when it comes to things being served in my plate, I easily convince my mind. Hmm, I deserve it, or I give myself all benefit of doubt. Yeah, it's fine. Lunchtime I will take, or morning time, no, I need it, or night time I need it because next day morning, otherwise I will feel weak in the japa and all. And when it comes to serving other, do I doubt or do I give them the benefit of doubt? Uh, So any service there is going to be meeting the unexpected. Any service we are engaged in, and maybe living in the temple or may not be living in or living outside the temple, but this is life meeting the unexpected. So the sage manifested anger not just in face, not just in words, in action also. And this is the king Ambarish Maharaj. He did not consider himself any important or any significant, that I am the king. The king was not at all occupied in kingly pride. Hmm. Although he was the king, but he was not living in king consciousness. He was living in servant consciousness, devotee consciousness. Very humble, very grounded. Hmm. Although the king, externally sitting in the post of a king, the chair of a king, who can stop the king? Who can point a finger to the king? Now, who can say a word to the king? Whatever the king desires. But he took it all in himself. And the sage, the Brahmana, he was heavily stuck up in Brahmana consciousness. I am a Brahmana. I am higher. Uh, I'm higher in social order. I'm the priest. I'm. This is a bad behavior. This is bad culture. I should have been honored. He's not honoring me. He's misusing his power. He's setting a bad standard. So much. He was hung up. The Brahmana was hung up. Hmm. So, Krishna consciousness or bhakti is above these designations for sure. It is above the ashrams for sure and all. Bhakti is a vritti, it's a activity, a proclivity, a tendency, and furthermore of the soul proper. Soul is completely non-sectarian. Na? Soul is does not know this ashrams and varnas and all. But for practicality purposes, living in the practical society and all in a behavioral society, there has to be some code of conduct, there has to be some decorum, which Krishna himself set it up. Na Chaturvarnam Maya Shishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasa. Krishna says na in Bhagavad Gita 4:13 that he himself has set this natural classification among society in the society, not just in human, even in animal society also we find this. So he himself has said this classification, and when he also appeared, he was living by this classification, same, acting as a king and all. But never Krishna was puffed up in any kingly attitude, or nor his devotees should be puffed up. Say. So the king did not consider himself any I'm the king, any important as such, that I'm significant, I'm the main person, I'm the king, I deserve. So it can be tremendously lethal if anyone is hung up that oh, I'm the brahmacharya ashram leader, I'm this leader, I'm this finance treasury, I'm this and that. Wow. If one is any hung up, I'm the temple council member or I'm the management, and this can be very lethal in one's progress in Krishna consciousness. So the king was not at all associating with any of this. He was firmly grounded, very humble. And the sage, he actually took it upon himself. And the king was seeing everything as a mercy of Krishna, curse or fame or infamy, insult or praise he was seeing. So the king we see, Ambarish Maharaj, he is exemplifying the message of scriptures. Na? He's exemplifying the message of Bhagavad Gita. He's completely, thoroughly exemplifying uh, the teachings of Krishna consciousness. He's practically living the wisdom. And that is so charming. If we can find someone who does not just know in theory but practically lives the wisdom, practically practices Krishna consciousness, na? That thing, and that is uh, the association we hanker for, and that is what we want to imbibe in ourselves. Uh, Not just be in theory or show water or speak like that. How much self control, how much patience he had. And these things don't come easy for sure, and these things don't come through hard efforts and all is there. They come predominantly mercy. And thing is, we don't want to be again pure. We are what have we got to do with purity? Nothing as such, or nothing in particular. Our only reason is we want to be pure is why Krishna likes purity. Krishna is attracted to purity. Krishna is supremely pure. We want his association. In order for us to have his association, we also have to become pure. So that is why we are after purity. Otherwise, we don't have any business as such with purity or truthfulness or piety. Or what good is that piety which does not help us come closer to Krishna, which does not make us friends with Krishna? What good is that charity, piety, austerity, purity, uh, red bush tea, or any other tea? Purity, charity, piety, lemon and ginger tea, any other tea, if it does not make us attached to Krishna, if it does not make us come closer to Krishna. Uh, Be it decaf tea also. But if that decaf tea does not make us fall in love with Krishna, be in a loving relationship with Krishna, then we should be okay with drinking some water only. So offense, na? And offense is this mentality. For a sadhaka, everything, praise and all, it's all Krishna's mercy. Ambarish Maharaj exemplified this. It is all Krishna's mercy. Although the Brahmana was offending the king, but the king did not take it as any offense. Wow. So as we were, see, I'm a bit in a hung up. I'm a bit in a loop. I'm struggling to go to the next chapter. This just my mind, and I want to just be keep myself hung up at that point when see na this the way. First of all, 1 year of austerity, husband and wife performed, hmm, and possibly others in the family as well, others in the royal family as well. Um, they perform 1 year of austerity, Ekadashi vow, and now they have assembled what? Madhuvan, Vrindavan, other brahmanas, sages, such mood, such vibe, not just goodness, pure devotional vibes, mood, and everything. And they are honoring this vow of Ekadashi. Uh, And at that moment, dun, 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 comes Durvasa Muni. Why does Krishna have to send Durvasa Muni at that time itself? Why? He could have sent him a day before, 1 hour before, or something. Na? But this is to help us know how glorious Krishna's devotee is. Look how glorious Durvasa Muni is. Likewise, death will also strike us at some point. We don't know when as such, but some point for sure. For some, it may be known also, okay, I've got only 1 month, 3 months, whatever months, days, or years left. But we don't know when will that strike, but that will strike. And for us, it can well be what? Meeting the unexpected. Now, life gives us an opportunity. Life gives us an opportunity. What opportunity? Either death silences us or we silence death. Either death silences us or we can also silence death. Dhruva Maharaj, he silenced death. In here as well, Ambarish Maharaj, he did not die, he rose altogether. Rose to the occasion, he rose altogether. Rose in the eyes of Mahaprabhu like anything by maintaining his firm, humble ground. And who died? The sage. Died as in, like he died of all the austerity he has done and all. He got bankrupt. Anger is such thing. Anger takes away the austere credits we might have accumulated. Say a sadhaka, try to he should pray to get rid of anger, lust, greed. Doesn't suit a sadhaka, and hardly any advancement. Now, if we are harboring, if we are moving along, taking along with us anger, lust, greed, And it's like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. At a stage has to come in our Krishna consciousness when nothing, even though yes, we are angry, we are lusty, we are greedy, pride and all, but in some form decision has to be made. Okay, only and only Krishna consciousness, moving in that direction only, just making efforts for that matter, and only in good association this will come about. So we all know one day we will die. When, don't know. And we have this opportunity, we can silence that. Na? We have this opportunity, we can humble that. Why not? And everyone is there wanting us to become humble, say. And when we become humble, we will attain Krishna consciousness for sure. So, this meeting the unexpected, the king and the sage meet, and then the sage goes off to the river to take bath with his disciples, and look what mood would be there in the camp. Durvasa Muni, and he is a powerful sage, very powerful sage, very outspoken sage, and others in that camp, other devotees and all, what could be going in their mind, and just drinking this water and seeing then the sage come again. The sage come again and the sage speaking harshly, angrily, but just that he did not retaliate. He won all the, say, the mercy blessings of Mahaprabhu. So there's this saying which is very good, and pray that one day we imbibe this saying. What? The tree with most fruits, the tree with most fruits gets the most stones. If a tree is having many fruits, then that tree only will get more stones or sticks. Okay, give me your fruits, give me the fruits. You have got these fruits, give me the fruits, give me the fruits. I want to take the fruits. So, likewise, if we are getting tested in Krishna consciousness, we can console, we should console, we should take this. And this is the message also. If we are getting tested in Krishna consciousness, Shri Khorantai Mayapur Sashi Ki Jai. If we are getting tested in Krishna consciousness, then what does it mean? It means Krishna has expectations from me. Krishna is looking into me. Just like the tree having the most fruits gets the most stones. So Krishna also is wanting to bring out the best in me, say. His expectations from me. He understands how much treasure and love I am carrying, how much humility I have got, how much love, compassion, kindness, all this have I got for devotees, for Krishna, for scriptures, and furthermore. And he wants that to be coming out. So this is why I'm getting a bit poked. When we are in Krishna consciousness and we get poked, yes, this is a direct opportunity or direct call for us to become humble. Krishna is directly telling us to become humble. Wow, what a great opportunity. Like for Ambarish Maharaj, na? He could see this straight call coming to be humble. And it's a fact, like sadhaka, anger should not be there in a sadhaka. You should not have any business with anger. And this is what, when the other person is angry, we stay calm, we stay quiet. Because what difference does it make if the other person is angry and I am also getting angry? Then completely spoils the show, na? And offense and no offense, say, for a sadhaka, everything should be moving towards Krishna only. Before Durvasa Muni had charged the king for any wrongdoing, the king accepted. Even before he was charged, he accepted. Did the king have an option to retaliate? Of course. To justify? Of course. To explain? Of course. Would it have been right? Now this is interesting. This is a question. Would it have been right if the king had justified himself? If the king had explained himself? What would have resolved the situation? Should the king have clarified, justified, uh, explained the situation? This is a question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So, like, reality doesn't require any kind of justification. If somebody is like honest with himself, then he doesn't need to justify anything.
Nice. Could the could the king have justified, explained, uh, given some understanding, clarification? Yes, he could have. Should he have? Would it have been right? It would have been right if the king he was not saying anything wrong. If he had said to the sage that I just drank water only, I did not take any grains, and I consulted the brahmanas before drinking the water. I consulted them with them, and I didn't want to disrespect you. And I never had this intention of disrespecting you. So I just drank water with the sense that Ekadashi is also honored and you are not feeling disrespected. Hmm. So please take this. He could have said, and had he said this, it was nothing wrong. This was all right also. But the king realized that the life is beyond right and wrong. Life is beyond right and wrong. Life is beyond justification. Otherwise, there is no end to justifications. We may, once we start justifying, once we start explaining, once we start giving reason, once we start defending, then we take on this attitude, okay, no, I must justify. Then we will justify to whom? Ashram devotee. We will justify to temple commander. We will justify to this devotee, that devotee, and all. And then we'll try to justify to Guru Maharaj also. We'll try to explain. We'll try to, just Guru Maharaj, just to bring the reality out, just to bring the truth out, just for your reference, for your understanding and all. Just for this, just for that. One thing is right, another is proper. There's a huge difference between right and proper, or a good subtle difference between right and proper. The king realized, yes, it would have been right to express to the Brahmana, but would not have been proper. This is the difference. The king felt, yes, it would have been right to explain, express, justify, clarify to the Brahmana, just to clear the air, clear the mood, everything, just so that there is no gap in communication, just so that he does not think it like this and all. And just to be on the right page, it's nice to get things recorded. Nowadays, look, uh, mm, any meetings and all or anything, get it recorded, get it signed, get it this. So much, now. Heavy, heavy proof, proof, proof. Uh, just back yourself, keep a proof, protect yourself, get a proof, proof, proof. So the king, he could have protected himself, no, or something, but he realized that it could well have been right to give a reason, justify, explain, but it would not have been proper. He didn't feel it proper. Why? Because he's a Brahmana. I'm a king. How do I justify? Who do I justify, and why do I explain? No, he's a Brahmana. Huh? It's not proper. So many times life teaches us, even if it doesn't matter we are right or wrong, doesn't matter if we can bow down. If we can bow down, irrespective of being right or wrong, then we will rise in Krishna's eyes. So the sage, however, the sage felt it right and proper to speak out, to burst out. He felt it right and proper to do something, to give the king a lesson. He pulled the demon out. He felt it right and proper. Or the sage, look who is self controlled, king or the sage. Generally, what do we see in society? Kings, they're not self controlled, no? They go attack, they pray, they have many wives, so many things. We don't see like, okay, kings having some good self control. And sage, supposed to be self control, calm, no anger, shanti. No? But in here, this is why Krishna, he is calling Ambarish Maharaj as saint, a sadhu. What a sadhu, Ambarish Maharaj, what a devotee. So that is life. Life is beyond right and wrong. The many things in life will come across in our lives which could well be right but need not be proper. How we deal with our parents, with siblings, with friends at work, people at work, with our students and say university, in our lives, with devotees, sure, with Vaishnavas, uh, things could well be right but need not be proper. Many examples, na? Like what, serving japa, serving prasadam, also doing japa. Say serving prasadam and somehow managing to chant in the right hand, uh, with bead bags, and also serving with the spoon. Now, am I doing wrong? Say, am I not doing japa? Mahaprabhu says Kirtanya Sadahari to chant throughout and all. I'm doing japa also. It's not proper, na? It's not proper. Many things. Sitting in Srimad Bhagavatam class many times could happen, na? We are sitting in the class is also going and we are also doing japa in the class. Am I doing anything wrong? I'm doing japa only, not wrong, okay. Maybe right or maybe wrong also. It doesn't look proper, doesn't look appropriate. So life is beyond right and wrong, and we have to cover this journey. We have to cover this journey, travel this journey of from right to proper. We are doing japa, that is right thing. Now we have to chant properly. Properly meaning attentively. As they say, love is in the details. How much attentive we are, that much we love we show. One thing could be closing the door, another could be slamming the door. Outcome is the same. Door is getting closed. Outcome is the same, but one is closing the door, another slamming the door. How much attentive we are. Love is in the details. How much attentive, how much clear this we are. So life is beyond right and wrong. We have to cover this journey of from right to proper. So Durvasa Muni, he offended the king, he did offend the king, and the king did not take the offense. He did insult, and the king did not take the insult. And we saw the sage runs all the way then to Lord Narayan, and Lord Narayan with folded hands says, I cannot help you. I cannot help you. So, offense is a thing, very heavy, very, very heavy offense. Why are we not progressing in Krishna consciousness the way we would like to? Not because of sins, but because of offense. There's a huge difference between sins and offense. So, not because of sinful reactions or even now maybe committing some sins. Now, if we are committing sins, practicing Krishna consciousness, as in meat eating, gambling, intoxication, illicit sex, then we are consciously aware. So it is no more a sin also, it is more like an aparad. So for us, why we are not progressing, not because of sins, but because of offense. Now we are exposed now to Krishna consciousness. So it's a devotee life is a heavy responsibility life. Very, very heavy responsibility life. And we should be extremely, extremely careful of not committing offenses. Extremely careful of offenses. Journey or progress or advancement in Krishna consciousness at a stage is not like how many rounds of japa I am doing daily, how many books I am distributing, programs and classes and things. It's like how my heart is less critical. Nindadi shunya ipsita sangalabdya. Nectar of instruction, we see now how the heart is less critical, free from faults, very lightweight, non-judgmental. That should come about. That should really come about. So we should be very careful of offenses in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you. I'm wondering, you're saying this should come about, like our heart becoming softened, and we're understanding this is coming from mostly mercy, you were saying earlier before. What can we do to attract that mercy? How can we become the recipient of such a thing?
Yeah, by demonstrating a good attitude, by demonstrating that we mean it, dedication, because, okay, we pray for it, okay, and Krishna makes, say, arrangement in real life, then how do we react or respond to it? For Ambarish Maharaj also, Krishna, who sent Durvasa Muni? Maya Devi? No, Krishna sent. Yeah. Who sent Durvasa Muni to see the king? Krishna personally arranged. And Krishna had that confidence in Ambarish Maharaj, or Ambarish Maharaj stood up to the confidence. Who is sending challenges to us in our life? Now that we are practicing Krishna consciousness, we are trying to transfer our accounts from the hands of Lord Shri Brahma to the hands of Lord Shri Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness, not transferring our accounts, our karmic accounts, our desires, everything from the hands of Lord Shri Brahma, Durga Devi, to the hands of Lord Shri Krishna. We want Krishna to get personally involved, na? So whatever is happening in our life is all Krishna's arrangement. Whatever is helping in someone else's life who has not yet found their resolve in Krishna consciousness is also Krishna's arrangement, but via Maya Devi, via Durga Devi. But for us, it is direct Krishna's arrangement. It is direct, like, okay, now my life is at the mercy of Gurudev, and however, whatever comes in my life, however. But for us, it is having this attitude. So, Arjuna, how he got bewildered? Krishna made him bewildered, no? That was Krishna's plan to help us understand. Look how glorious my devotee is. Huh? Parikshit Maharaj, what happened? He got thirsty and all. One fine hot day, he put a snake as a garland in on a sage's neck. Now, how did he get so bewildered and all? Curse. He was cursed. How did Parikshit Maharaj take this curse as? Oh yes, Krishna wants to close this gap between me and him. Wow, such a blessing. Krishna has freed me from this monarchical duties, from kingly duties. Wow. I was so attached to kingly duties and all, and now Krishna has freed me. Wow. He has spared me. Wow, I've been given 7 days to sit with Sukdev Goswami direct, without having to worry about societal duties and all. That attitude, that way he took it, and not just in thoughts, in action, in words, in his consciousness, in his demeanor, in his behavior, in his speech, and everywhere, everywhere. So then we are also Krishna conscious, but not absolute Krishna conscious. And that absolute Krishna conscious has to come about. Prahlad Maharaj, Krishna was bringing him that absolute Krishna conscious, bringing him that absolute Krishna conscious. These are us Kali Yugana. We are so blessed, way more blessed than Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Ambarish Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj, Yudhishthir Maharaj, Parikshit Maharaj, or even Bharat Maharaj. We are way more Ajamil or anyone. We are way more blessed. How? We don't as such have to go through this sort of ordeal what Arjuna went through, what Ambarish Maharaj, what Prahlad Maharaj. Us are not getting burnt in oil, right? Like Prahlad Maharaj was. Us are not put under the feet of an elephant as Prahlad Maharaj was. Us are not being thrown from a hill as Prahlad Maharaj was. Us are we are not having to go with any of this. We're very little, very minute, whatever we are facing. So for us, real bhakti is what? If we can glorify the bhakti of Prahlad Maharaj, glorify the bhakti of Dhruva Maharaj, glorify the bhakti of Ambarish Maharaj, and take it further, even more real would be what? If we can glorify the bhakti of presently present devotees who are in our contact, who we know, who we see, who we personally know, who we have a personal relationship with. Furthermore, if we can glorify the devotion we see, the surrender, the blessing, the magnanimity in our Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru. So that ways when we shape our life, prepare, dedicate theoretically, practically in all these sense, then we see yes, we are becoming Krishna conscious. And this is what Krishna is asking. If we can have just this much of say attitude. Krishna is only sending us test, and even praise is a test only, na? So Krishna is only sending. We should be clear. Yes, this is Krishna's arrangement, direct Krishna's arrangement for my direct benefit. And when with every instruction, mercy is there, with every test, help is there. It's not like, okay, Draupadi, you are put under test, you are on your own. No. Arjuna, you are put under test, you are on your own. I'll watch from a distance. No. No. We are never in isolation, we are never left alone as long as we are taking good association. Does this somewhat answer your question?
Yes, Prabhu, thank you. We also have another question online, if it's
Mhm.
possible. This is from our dear friend Natalie, Bhakti Natalie. She's asking, Hare Krishna, Ashish Prabhu, could you please talk a bit more about the difference between sin and offense and what is worse to commit?
Yes, we'll discuss and difference between sin and offense. And see, offense is very dangerous. A sadhaka should be very careful of not committing offenses. And as we have been studying Ambarish Maharaj's pastime, prior to this Dhruva Maharaj's pastime, or for that matter, any other study, or in our uh, personal dealings or in dealings as such and all, see, many a things would have come from this mouth, which I'm sure would have been upsetting also, a bit hurting as well, a bit maybe hard or harsh. But maybe it's too late now, isn't it? What you said is said. Not sure if much can be done about it now. So I do apologize that I cannot apologize for that. Maybe it's a bit too late now. What to do is I've been asked to sit on the Vyasasana and mic has been given to me. So of course I'm going to speak only. Who can stop as such? But yeah, we'll see. Offense one has to be very careful about. So please, all of you, watch out. don't do offenses, yeah. And if I've said something, then I mean, it's already said, right? So, okay, we'll take Natalie's question. I'm thinking, shall we move on to next chapter and see this? Huh? Durvasa Muni's life sped, text 1. Shisuka Uvacha Evam Bhagavataदिsto Durvasaश्चक्रस्तापित Ambarisham Upavritya Tatpadau Dukhito Grahit. Translation: Sukdev Goswami said, when thus advised by Lord Vishnu, Durvasa Muni, who was very much harassed by the Sudarshan Chakra, immediately approached Maharaj Ambarish, being very much aggrieved. The Muni fell down and clasped the king's lotus feet. So, I'm purposefully not answering the question, by the way. Of course, I'm intentionally doing it because I want you all to stay till the very end. Of course, this is intentional. What if I just answer the question and okay, fine, we got the answer and one may move on, right? Which I don't want. So, just to clear that I'm intentionally not answering the question for now. And let us read some, and we'll surely answer the question also, or try to address the question. So, the sage, he went to Lord Narayan and he requested Lord Narayan for help, for protection, for shelter. And this we see first time in history, in recorded history, first time someone approaching Krishna for help. And Krishna is saying, Krishna is saying, I'm afraid, I'm sorry, I cannot help. This is the first. And who is approaching a Brahmana? Wow, a Brahmana. So many things happen in life for the first time. And Krishna tells the Brahmana that you better go to the king and ask for forgiveness. Only the king can forgive you. Say. Other than the king, everyone took an offense. The king did not take an offense. Ambarish Maharaj, he did not take an offense for himself upon himself. But rest all, Sudarshan Chakra was offended. Oh, he is my friend, he is my devotee, Ambarish. Huh? I look up to him. How dare you mistreat him like this? All other devotees got upset. And this is how it should be. For us, we are fine. Prabhupada said, no, we are okay to live in a hut. And we are okay with rice dal, simple prasadam and all. We don't need. A sadhaka, he does not have much needs. No? What need has he got? Yeah. Like in Bhagavatam, second canto, we see now. Sukdev Goswami says, what does he say? Like that, well, why do we need pillows? Don't we have palms or arms? Huh? Why do we need pillows? Why do we need such big factories and things and all? Can we not just eat from the plants and all? So much such things and all. So actually, a sadhaka's life should be a simple life. And it is simplicity only which will attract Krishna. Simplicity, sincerity, genuineness, that will attract Krishna. So for ourselves, we are fine. Likewise, Ambarish Maharaj, he was fine for himself, but it's just others. Yes, they should take this as a being upset, as in sage, you have done wrong. So Lord Narayan advised the sage to return to the king itself, and the king himself only can spare or do something about it. Lord Vishnu's hands were tied. Wow. Lord Vishnu's hands being tied up. So the Durvasa Muni, the sage, he returns to the king. And what does he say? When Durvasa touched his lotus feet, Ambarish Maharaj was very much ashamed. Wow. Such humility. And when he saw Durvasa attempting to offer prayers because of mercy, he was aggrieved even more. Thus, he immediately began offering prayers to the great weapon of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, we'll go into seeing what the king has to say, but let us first try to understand the difference between sin and offense. So, this is a question, say, can one offend someone in ignorance? Offense is always in knowledge. Sin is in ignorance. Sin is in the bodily platform. And see, there are more and more sins. Actually, our life, if we analyze a bit now, breathing, taking every step and all is very sinful. In the sense, well, listen now, we are breathing and so many germs and all getting killed in this process. We are taking steps and all, so many germs, bacteria and all getting killed in this process. Arjuna also fighting. There was sinful reaction. You are killing, fighting, and all this blood involved and all, although for good moral, righteous reasons, but still there is some sin involved in there. But because he fought to fulfill the desire of Krishna, because he fought only with this intention to fulfill the desire of Krishna, to please Krishna, there was no sin involved. No sin involved. Just on a side note or a much larger note, what what is Arjuna's humility? See Arjuna's humility. His humility is in killing. Wow. From societal sense, it does not make much sense, right? A humble person, he's a killer, he's killing. But that is his humility, Arjuna's humility, his sheer humility. Maybe check this 3 to 20, the translation. Check Arjuna's sheer humility. What? He did not wanted to fight, he did not wanted to kill a single soldier. But he went out of his comfort zone. Why? Because Krishna desired Arjuna to fight and kill. So Arjuna went out of his comfort zone and he killed not one, 10, not 10, hundreds, not hundreds, thousands, millions. Because Krishna desired, he was willing to kill everyone on the other side. So, because of Krishna's desire only, that is humility. Above anything else. He was not feeling, okay, I am the warrior, I am important, or I don't want to fight. Krishna desired, so he killed. That is humility. So killing, yes, humility. That is Arjuna's humility. And this is Ambarish Maharaj's humility. See, he was not at all living in his comfort zone. So humility in practical sense is what coming out of our comfort zone. It may be painful to begin with, but if we have good association, we will always have inspiration. Just that association, and that physical association is very important. It's extremely important. We need not have a long physical association, but we would have got some physical association of some inspiring devotee. Now there could well be then separation, but separation only in physical sense, in physical proximity, in physical distance. Heart-wise, there should not be separation. So if we have had some physical association, we would have felt inspiration in that physical association. We should appreciate that physical association we got. And what then, that when we are separated, that physical association should also hanker us for further taking physical association, further getting physical association, close association. And that should serve us as such a memory. And it will definitely inspire us, bless us to go in that direction, to become Krishna conscious. And entire Krishna consciousness is a revelation in the heart. everything will then be revealed also to us in the heart. So, paper translation 3 to 20.
Hare Krishna. Certainly, others who were fighters on the battlefield of Kurukshetra were purified by the onslaught of Arjuna's arrows, and while seeing the lotus-like face of Krishna, so pleasing to their eyes, they achieved the abode of the Lord.
Beautiful, isn't it? Certainly. This is, I believe, Uddhavji is speaking. Uddhava remembers Krishna. Beautiful. Read again the translation.
Hare Krishna. Certainly, others who were fighters on the battlefield of Kurukshetra were purified by the onslaught of Arjuna's arrows, and while seeing the lotus-like face of Krishna, so pleasing to their eyes, they achieved the abode of the Lord.
Look. To be killed by the arrow of a pure devotee of Krishna. What a merit. What a joy. Yeah, to be killed. Now, these others who were on the other side of the battlefield, they need not possibly were seeing Arjuna as a pure devotee and Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. Hmm? They may not be aware, they may not be knowing this, but the very fact that arrow hitting their chest, their hearts, that arrow is what Krishna sending the Mahamantra se. Arjuna sending the Mahamantra se in the form of arrow se. Like that, that ignited, that did what? A real Swarup Jagriti in them. A real transcendental awakening. As they were being hit by the arrow, uh, externally what was coming out? Blood. But internally purified, so cleansed that a real call, a real transcendental awakening was happened. What a mercy, what a glory to merit to be killed by a pure devotee of Krishna and having to leave the body by the arrangement of Lord Shri Krishna, direct arrangement, and instrument becoming the pure devotee of Lord, and you are seeing Lord. Shri Shri Khorantai Mayapur Sashi Ki Jai. You are seeing Lord. Lord, one definition of Lord is what? Love of my life. Lord means what? In societal sense, master, someone superior and all. But ultimately, Lord should mean what? The love of my life. Yeah? Shri Guru also mean what? The love of my life. That should be the thing. So, being beaten by these arrows and seeing Lord Shri Krishna, this is what Arjuna becoming the instrument. And look what humility Arjuna performed. So, sin would have incurred in this war had Arjuna fought not for the desire of Krishna, but because he fought for the desire of Krishna, to fulfill the desire to please Krishna, no sin involved. No sin. No sin. This is why Krishna says, na, Sarva Dharman Parijajya, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I will take away all the sinful reactions, do not worry. So, difference between sin and offense. Sin is lots of sins we commit, but broadly, Shastras tell us in Kali Yuga the four pillars of sinful life. Where do they reside? Where there is gambling happening. Why? Where there is gambling happening, the truth won't sustain there. People won't be able to uphold truth there, where there is gambling happening, cheating happening. No? How leave very gross like this betting and gambling, even while playing cards amongst friends. There are some card games now. One is what? Bluff. How many cards have you got? How many have you got? And you may bluff and cheat. Or with this sort of game comes a straight away a mental stimulus, something, some speculation, some checking. How do I make my face? How do I show? How do I don't show? And all that I win and bring this excitement and all. And gambling, yes, proper we see now. One who is gambling, he won't be able to speak truth. And small matters or big matters, he would just like to lie. He just can. There are people who just like to manipulate, who cannot resist manipulation, who cannot resist not lying, who cannot resist not fabricating. They just like to add some spices, they just like to add some masalas to hype things up and all something. So that gambling, one of the core pillar of sinful life, na? Because if you are not truthful, how can you be like obedient or imbibe some qualities of the soul? Then meat eating. If someone is into animal eating, meat eating, how can one be compassionate then? If one need not be killing the animal himself or herself, well, it takes guts first of all. Who can actually butcher an animal? Innocent, ignorant animal and innocent, ignorant being. If we are given knife in our hand, can we do it? Slit someone's throat? And someone may out of his pride and passion say, yes, I can do it. Give me a knife and give me a goat, say, I will slit. Demonstrating his arrogance only, his ignorance only. So animal killing, meat eating, na, one will lose compassion. Uh, what we eat tremendously influences our consciousness, our thinking, our sleeping. It has a direct relationship. What we eat. So it is a very sinful life, na. Uh, Even eating plants-based food, fruits and all, that is also sinful. Why? Because we are taking from nature, from plants, not offering it to Krishna. So even that cutting, chopping, and all, huh? But it is pure only when we offer it to Krishna. Then no sin involved, no sin attached. So that's meat eating, intoxication. Yes, one is intoxicated, he loses sight of reality. He sees woman as an object, na? He sees other things as an object and all. He loses sight of reality when one is intoxicated. And illicit sex, this relationships, gross level, subtle level, and all sense enjoyment. So it brings lots of impurity in thoughts, actions, words, minds, vision. uh. Practicing Krishna consciousness, our vision has to become pure, na? Our eyesight meaning our vision, how we see each other. There should not be a mood of sense gratification, seeing each other or dealing with each other. So all this is sin. Society is living in sin, but in ignorance, as in they do not know if they are body or spirit soul. What to speak of Krishna, purpose of life, and furthermore, what to speak of Krishna prem and all. Society does not know living in bodily identity, so sin. So someone someone could well be living in some place and engaging in all these four activities say on a daily basis, but he's doing out of ignorance, uh, not out of knowledge, ignorance. So living a heavy sinful life. But someone in knowledge and acting on these lines, then that is offense. So these sinful these four pillars, and furthermore, uh, uh, everything, na, pride and all, anything that does not, what is okay. This is a question for our online friends also and for our offline friends as well. This is a question. Uh, what is the definition of sin?
Something insane. SIN. Something plus insane. Something insane.
Now, what is the definition of sin? Pap. What does pap mean? What does sin mean? We hear this, na? Sin no more, sin no more.
Against the morals.
Okay, something against the morals.
Hare Krishna. I'm thinking something that's displeasing to God, maybe from like Western perspective.
Also from Eastern perspective, anything that is not satisfying Krishna, anything that is not for the pleasure of Guru and Gaurang, actually is sin. Very subtle, very heavy could be. A sadhaka, he should see na, our life is completely in relationship with Krishna, right? We have an eternal bond, an eternal connection, an eternal loving relationship with Krishna. Now, if we do anything which does not foster that relationship, anything which does not foster that relationship means what? There is some business deal, me and Krishna, or there is some sense gratification, there is some desire for sense gratification and all of that, right? So, anything which I do which is not fostering my relationship, which is not to bring me closer to Krishna and all, it is not pure devotional service. It could well be mixed devotional service, need not be sin, sure, but some mixed devotional service. Uh, So that is sin or aparad, na? Aparad, offense, meaning aparad. That which does not satisfy the divine couple is aparad. So this is the difference between sin and offense. Offense is done in knowledge. Offense is something harmful for the journey of the soul proper. Of course, sin is also harmful for the journey of the soul proper, but sin is more in bodily consciousness, in related to the body. But when we are aware or awakened to some transcendental realm, or at least theoretically that I'm not this body, I'm a spirit soul, and then we go on doing this, then it is offense. Like before going into japa, we read out, call out 10 offenses, right? So that is what? For us to be in the know, in the know-how. Yeah. Sin is what? Okay, something by mistake, ignorance, did not know. Offense is knowingly and committing something. So what? One of the offense, to consider the chanting of holy name as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas is fruitive activities, karma kanda. That okay, I do this, I'm doing a karma kanda activity, as in okay, I'm doing a business transaction, say with Krishna. Okay, I'm doing some japa, and Krishna, you get me this in return. Hmm. That sort of thing. Or to commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy name of the Lord. That okay, morning time I do japa, and then night time I can engage in some sort of loose sense gratification. No. So anything which does not uh, bring joy, that is like sin. It's a very high, maybe say definition. Say um, in pure devotional service, anything which is done which is not pleasing to Guru Gaurang, which is not pleasing for devotees and for Krishna, which does not foster our relationship, which does not bring us closer to Krishna, that is wrong, should not be done. Na? So that wrongdoing, say. So sin like something which is in the bodily platform, meaning more out of ignorance, so it is sin. But when we are in the knowledge, in the know-how, and we do it, then it is an offense. Similar something in school, college, university life, working life. Someone could be a government civil servant or wherever, na? That oh, I didn't know. Okay, fine. In ignorance, you did it. You didn't know. Fine. Okay. But something which is done knowingly, that is offense. Does this somewhat answer the question though? Okay, we can check. But for us, we have to be not take any unnecessary pressure, but yes, good to know that our dealings na, with not just with devotees, with parents, friends, family, everyone as such, not just okay, no, I don't offend Vaishnavas, but I offend other, I offend my neighbors, I offend my teachers, I offend my work people. No, it doesn't give us any license in Krishna consciousness to disrespect or offend anyone, to hurt, say. Hmm. There's something which is a bit subjective, something which is a bit time, place, circumstance, situation, or personal situation based and all. But by and large, offense like that is which is detrimental to the soul's progressive evolution or journey in attaining Godhead. Sin is not a problem. Our distance between us and Krishna is not because of sin, but because of offense. Sin is done is in ignorance. Na? So Krishna says, okay, you are anyways ignorant. What can I? But someone who is in knowledge, wow. Expectation is from whom? From someone who is in knowledge, not from someone who is in ignorance. So this, the veil is the word, right? What does veil? Huh? No, parda, curtain, the veil, the say the curtain, the parda between us and Krishna is of this cheating propensity only. Offense is cheating propensity. In ignorance, we make mistakes. But see, offense is how cheating propensity. This is also a question, or see this. Can anyone cheat in ignorance? Is cheating ever done unknowingly? Can we cheat someone in ignorance? Cheating is always knowingly. Although externally we may project, I'm not cheating, I'm a good man, I'm not playing with anyone's emotions, I'm not cheating, I'm not doing anything grossly wrong and all. But internally, if we try to act any smart, Krishna will break our back. If we try to act any smart. Krishna says na in Bhagavad Gita, what among lawlessness I am punishment, among cheaters I am the biggest cheat. So if we are trying to act any smart, this is why we are not Krishna conscious, right? Krishna just wants us to be sufficiently smart. As in, understand you are not this body, you are a spirit soul. Practice Krishna consciousness. But we want to be extra smart. We want to be too smart. In society, sometimes they say, oh, he's too smart. Is it a praise or actually mocking the person? If I say someone, oh, he's too smart. Too smart is not a praise. The connotation of this, oh, he's too smart. That is the problem. We are too smart. We want to be too smart. We are too smart. So Krishna says, okay, when you are sufficiently smart, adequately smart, then fine. There's only one smartest personality, only Krishna. He easily deserves to be, he can afford to be too smart. And only he can afford. So best is when we let him be too smart. That is our adequate smartness. So cheating, one can never cheat in ignorance or I did not know and I cheated. No, no. Mistake is done in ignorance. Oh, I didn't know, I committed a mistake. I'm sorry. I didn't know. But we don't say, oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. I cheated on you. I didn't know. I'm sorry. No. Yeah. So that sin, okay, is in say ignorance. But now that we are in the vicinity, in the association of devotees, so we cannot go to our old self, especially with these four regulations. And it is not just these four regulations. there is more beyond. As we progress, we'll see more subtle changes and subtle things. If this somewhat gives more light in the difference between sin and offense. So let us see. We'll read again 1, 2, and then see what Ambarish Maharaj says. So this is Durvasa Muni's life being spared. So, okay, with your permission, now maybe we can start with the fifth chapter in the class. वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपां बुधिर्य तमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत् कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So Sukdev Goswami is saying, when thus advised by Lord Vishnu, Durvasa Muni, who was very much harassed by the Sudarshan Chakra, immediately approached Ambarish Maharaj. Being very much aggrieved, the Muni fell down and clasped the king's lotus feet. When Durvasa touched his feet, Maharaj Ambarish was very much ashamed. And when he saw Durvasa attempting to offer prayers, because of mercy, he was aggrieved even more. Wow. So it is a fact. No one can defeat a humble person. So if we want to be never defeated in life, hmm, if we want to never taste the smell of defeat or insult, become humble. We become humble. No one can insult or defeat a humble person. So Ambarish Maharaj then saying, thus he immediately began offering prayers to the great weapon of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ambarish Uvacha Tvam Agnir Bhagavan Suryas Samo Jyotishampati Tvam Apas Tvam Shitir Vyoma Vayur Matredriyan Indriyani Cha. Maharaj Ambarish said, O Sudarshan Chakra, you are fire, you are the most powerful sun, and you are the moon, the master of all luminaries. You are water, earth, and sky. You are the air, you are the five sense objects sound, touch, form, taste, and smell, and you are the senses also. O most favorite of Achyuta. This is Ambarish Maharaj glorifying the disc, the Sudarshan Chakra, the fire disc, who was running after the sage. And he still, now the sage has come to Ambarish Maharaj, touching his lotus feet, asking for forgiveness. And the chakra is also right behind there. And the king is glorifying the disc Sudarshan Chakra. O most favorite of Achyuta, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You have thousands of spokes. O Master of the material world, destroyer of all weapons, original vision of the personality of Godhead. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Kindly give shelter and be auspicious to this Brahmana. One of the quotes of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada's Prabhupada. Hmm? He wrote amazing quotes. One of the quotes I personally like is, he says, let me pray for the highest welfare. Hmm? Let me pray for the highest welfare, highest blessing, highest mercy of my grossest enemy. I hope I've got the message correct. The words I'm sure are, he puts in different words, but I'm hoping I've got the message correct. Let me pray for the highest blessing, the highest mercy, the highest benefit of the person who considers me to be his strongest enemy. Say. Now look at the heart of Ambarish Maharaj. Kindly give shelter and be auspicious to this Brahmana. O Sudarshan wheel, you are religion, you are truth, you are encouraging statements, you are sacrifice, and you are the enjoyer of the fruits of sacrifice. You are the maintainer of the entire universe, and you are the supreme transcendental prowess in the hands of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are the original vision of the Lord, and therefore you are known as Sudarshan. Darshan means vision, Sudarshan, beautiful vision. Everything has been created by your activities, and therefore you are all pervading. O Sudarshan, you have a very auspicious hub, and therefore you are the upholder of all religion. You are just like an inauspicious comet for the irreligious demons. Indeed, you are the maintainer of the three worlds. You are full of transcendental effulgence. You are as quick as the mind, and you are able to work wonders. I can simply utter the word Namah, offering all obeisances unto you. Pip can read 7.
Hare Krishna. O Master of Speech, by your effulgence, full of religious principles, the darkness of this world is dissipated, and the knowledge of learned persons or great souls is manifested. Indeed, no one can surpass your effulgence, for all things manifested and unmanifested, gross and subtle, superior and inferior, are but various forms of you that are manifested by your effulgence.
Continue.
O indefatigable one, when you are sent by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to enter among the soldiers of the Daityas and the Danavas, you stay on the battlefield and unendingly separate their arms, bellies, thighs, legs, and heads. O protector of the universe, you are engaged by the Supreme Personality of Godhead as his all-powerful weapon in killing the envious enemies. For the benefit of our entire dynasty, kindly favor this poor Brahmana. This will certainly be a favor for all of us. If our family has given charity to the proper persons, if we have performed ritualistic ceremonies and sacrifices, if we have properly carried out our occupational duties, and if we have been guided by learned brahmanas, I wish in exchange that this brahmana be freed from the burning caused by the Sudarshan chakra.
This is the exchange Ambarish Maharaj is wanting. This is the exchange, no? Ambarish Maharaj is wanting from Sudarshan Chakra, the purest devotee of Lord Shri Krishna. This is the exchange he's wanting from Lord Shri Krishna. He's not wanting anything for himself, any betterment for himself or his wife or family or anyone. No, no upgradation, no betterment. He's not asking for, okay, decent job, settlement. No, he's asking for his enemy, the highest thing. Again, for Ambarish Maharaj, he did not see anyone as his enemy. He did not see the Muni as his enemy, the sage. So beautiful. I wish in exchange that this, and he's happy to give up. Okay, if you think I've done any austerity, I've done any piety, I've done any good devotion, if I have got and all those devotional credits, please use it to benefit this Brahmana. Kindly use that. Wow. Now, us practicing Krishna consciousness, we may become, why not, na? And there's so much charm in all of these services. So much charm. Serving prasadam is a very charming service. Cooking, uh, cleaning, whatever we do is a very charming service. And in these services, sometimes what, oh, maybe this will give me some devotional credits. Oh, I hope my devotional credits don't lose. I don't want to get away. Oh, I showed anger. Oh no, I lost some devotional credits there. I have to work up again. If such thoughts come our consciousness, so again, no one can make us Krishna conscious as such. And no one can not make us not Krishna conscious. No one can make us Krishna conscious, and no one can not make us not Krishna conscious. Got it, got it. Uh, Everyone is there to inspire us, to influence us, encourage us, directly or indirectly. It's not the spiritual master makes someone a Krishna conscious. It is there within all of us. But spiritual master activates it. He can he can activate it, come to the manifestation. If I allow myself to be activated. Spiritual master is the one who can help me cross this journey of being right to being proper. From doing right japa to proper japa. From listening rightly to listening attentively. From behaving rightly to behaving properly. It depends on our attitude, on our acknowledgement, how much appreciation we hold for our near and dear ones. Text 11 says, "Is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is one without a second, who is the reservoir of all transcendental qualities, and who is the life and soul of all living entities, is pleased with us. We wish that this Brahmana Durvasa Muni be freed from the pain of being burned." Now, again, see what is the occasion: 1 year of fasting, husband, wife, family, all this, and Sudarshan Chakra coming. What is he asking as benediction for this fasting? That save this poor Brahmana. Don't let him burn. Wow. He is not asking, okay, I've done another Ekadashi and all. Please make life less challenging for me. Shri Kharantai Mayapur Sashi Ki. No? So Mahaprabhu's teaching is what? Hari Name Ruchi. Name Ruchi. Na? Real interest in japa. And what? Vaishnava Seva. Serving the Vaishnavas. And Jive Doya. Compassion upon the living entities. Ambarish Maharaj, his embodiment, he's exemplifying everything. Na? We need someone who is a real personality. We all need real inspirational figures. So we say human life is meant to inquire into God. That is faith-based human life, religion to look into religion, spirituality to inquire into God. And when we exercise that faith, when we embark on some journey and all, then it is meant to inquire for a godly person. If we can spot a godly person, only then we will be able to recognize God. Without spotting, without finding, without being in a relationship, a loving relationship with a godly person, we can never be in a relationship with God. We can never be in that sublime, physical, personal relationship with God. So, human life is meant to search out for God, to inquire into the existence of God. But devotee life is meant to search out or inquire into a pure devotee of the Lord, to take shelter of the pure devotee of the Lord. Human life teaches us take shelter of God. When we come into Krishna consciousness, the sooner we learn, oh, I need to take shelter of a devotee of the Lord. I share my heart. I, I feel inspired. I bring that heart in the practice of Krishna consciousness. Then we see charm, mysticism, and everything. That is, then we are progressing in Krishna consciousness. So Sukdev Goswami continued, when the king offered prayers to the Sudarshan Chakra and Lord Vishnu because of his prayers, the Sudarshan Chakra became peaceful and stopped burning the Brahmana known as Durvasa Muni. Wow. Maybe we can pause it here, and when we connect next time, we can see from text 14. I feel this is a good place to pause. The Brahmana is also pacified. He is feeling calm, say that peaceful. And Sudarshan Chakra become peaceful and stop burning the Brahmana known as Durvasa Muni. It again genuinely begs us to understand, explore, check out this question. What is that quality, emotion, or that prayer uh, that we all desire? What is that quality, emotion that we all desire to have in this life, but it does not exist? It is invalid in pure spiritual life, in pure Krishna consciousness. What is that quality which is a asset, a sheer asset in our material life, material societal life? But that very same quality is a curse in Krishna consciousness. What is that quality which is a blessing in our material existence, in our existence in this world? But that very same quality is not a blessing, it is a curse in our advancement in Krishna consciousness. A quality which is utmost essential for us to advance in Krishna consciousness. But that very same quality we never pray to have in Krishna consciousness. And we can see this spread out. Dhruva Maharaj pastime or Ambarish Maharaj pastime or any other pastime. What could have resolved the situation for Dhruva Maharaj, for Ambarish Maharaj or Prahlad Maharaj or any other pastime? Some things come, na? Some things will come in our life as well. What will help resolve? So if we can find any light, inspiration, any charm, if we can explore in genuineness this question, na? What is that quality or emotion which is a sheer blessing in material life, but a curse in spiritual life, in the life of love, in pure Krishna consciousness? Okay, on this note, maybe we can put the katha to rest here. Say any questions or any comments? Okay. Thank you very much again for your kind encouragement and patient listening. So, chapter 4, previous chapter, we saw Durvasa Muni offending the king. Today, we try to understand Durvasa's Muni life being spared. And genuinely, I say, in this process of studying Srimad Bhagavatam, honestly, genuinely, seriously, definitely something would have come out from this mouth that would have been a bit upsetting, hurting, a bit troubling. Genuinely, I say it is a bit too late now. What has been said has been said. No. Thank you very much anyway for your kind inspiration and encouragement. Please continue blessing us. One day, by your divine blessings, hopefully, we understand Krishna consciousness. We take it to our heart seriously. All fairness, no egoistic desire, no egoistic blockage, no political agenda, anything whatsoever. Pray that I become a student of Srimad Bhagavatam and I ever remain a student of Srimad Bhagavatam. Pray that I be the first listener of what we study. Pray that one day By your blessings, I embody the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की
जय।
जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की
जय।
जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी
हरि हरि
हरि।
बोल। भक्त शीश प्रभु जी की जय।